Aldridge and Matt Bove here at One Bills Drive, where the Bills are doing a walkthrough, so we're not going to see exactly what's going on the field today. But Matt, we kept talking about what an ugly loss, but I think the one theme that's not going away is Josh Allen, the quarterback. 4 turnovers actually altogether, 3 interceptions, something that no one really expected to see. And I keep hearing this thing, I kind of want to get your thoughts. They're saying that this is something that the 2018 Josh Allen that they're saying.
I was here for 2018 Josh Allen, and yes, this was a lot of it. It was making ridiculous throws that were good, and then it was one of those things where it was 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. We are not there yet. Josh Allen is still an elite quarterback. He is still one of the best in the NFL. He had a really bad game. This cannot be a trend. They need to clean things up against the Raiders. I'm not like sky is falling concerned, but hey, maybe we should have an umbrella ready just in case it does.
Exactly, and I'm kind of interested, Ken Dorsey, like, what does he do at this point? Because it seems like a little bit more blame after everyone kind of watched the clips and saw what was happening. At some point, you have to be able to reel him in a little bit and calm him down. But it's also interesting that McDermott today is saying, he's got to want to do it. We can only do so much.
Yes.
So it's kind of, at this point, how much more can Ken Dorsey really do right now for Josh, like, at this point?
Yeah, I think Ken Dorsey needs to put Josh Allen in better situations that doesn't make him have to force some of those throws. It should be his job to get the most out of his quarterback. It was something that Brian Daboll was very good at. I'm not asking Ken Dorsey to be Brian Daboll. My hair is ridiculous right now. It just keeps blowing in the wind. But they need to put their team in a position to make better plays. Some of that is on Josh. He is not like, wash your hands. He's not guilty of any of this. Like, he is the reason why they lost that game. But Ken Dorsey can do things that allows Josh Allen to unleash that next level that he is capable of. We've seen him do that. So he needs to be, they collectively across the board, they all need to be better.
And I think the O-line, it seems like it's something that we talked a lot about, especially mid-season, start to really show sparks. I know there's been some injuries, unexpected, retired Brandon Shell there as well. But there was nothing really on film. There wasn't too many plays where Josh really had time to set up and just have, not saying a relaxed throw, but he was always running for his life.
Yeah.
Even on the good plays.
I think he's still a little scared. Not scared. Scared is the wrong word. I think he sometimes senses pressure that isn't there and that rushes bad throws that he does not need to make. Now, there's a lot of times when there is pressure there. He was sacked 5 times. He was pressured 9 times. But sometimes I think he's just trying to do a little bit too much because he doesn't necessarily trust the people around him. And I think that there's a reason to be concerned with that because he needs to make sure that he trusts those guys. But there's times when they break down. It's a really delicate balance. He probably needs to stand in the pocket a little bit longer, but at the same time, one of the things that makes him so good is what he can do outside of the pocket. So it's give and take.
Yeah, I'm not throwing in the towel like some of the national critics right now. It's week 1. It's Josh Allen at the end of the day. And plus, we did see some good things. I'm really excited personally to see what Kincaid does. I think they start to utilize him more and getting him in the mix with Knox and just, switching it up. Because when they did do that, it was very few times. And when they did, it was successful.
Yeah, Kincaid, one of those players trending up. Stephon Diggs is still so good. Yeah. He's unbelievable. But after that, not a great game for any of the other weapons, really. I mean, Gabe Davis only had 2 catches. I don't know if it was that he was not getting open or if he was just not schemed to be. I don't really understand what was going on there. Trent Sherfield did not have a catch. Yeah. We sat here so much time talking about Trent Sherfield in the summer. Now we look like the idiots. Deontay Hardy had a couple catches on the first drive and then really wasn't involved. So, yeah, I like Kincaid's kind of ceiling. Stephon Diggs is still unbelievable, one of the best players in the NFL. After that, though, we need to see more out of especially those other offensive weapons.
Yeah, especially going against the Raiders. Not going to see the D-line. That's one of the good things. We're not going to see a type of defense in week 2 like we saw in week 1. That's going to be the hardest one, especially I know we were talking about O'Cyrus Torrence and how well he played for what was in front of him. He's not going to see that in week 2.
No, I'm trying to think of you'll see it again when you play the Jets again down the road. You'll see it when you play the Cowboys because they've got Micah Parsons. Max Crosby is really good with the Raiders, and he'll probably be going up against Spencer Brown. That's a concern. Just do a lot of stuff to the left and not to the right, I guess. That's the thing. You got to try and figure out. I think it was a combination of both. I think Josh Allen and the offense had a really bad day, and they went against a really good defense. Next time you do that, hopefully it's not against as good of a defense, and you might be able to get away with it. But obviously you didn't on Monday.
Yeah, exactly. I think going against the Raiders, my main things, clean up the defense, can't give up the run plays. You got Josh Jacobs. You will get played out like we saw happen in week 1. So
I know they're in Vegas now. You're from the Bay Area. You've seen this team a lot.
Yeah, I have, and you know what?
It might be a long day for them.
I like to focus on the Bills. It's less stressful. They have the Raiders. When we made it to the playoffs after 6 years, you would have thought we won the Super Bowl. And you know what? I'm just going to see. We got a new quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm not going to focus on them because they never really bring me too much joy. But I think come Sunday, you know, Josh Allen makes obviously smarter decisions.
Yes.
O-line tightens up a little bit, and just don't give up the big run plays, and the D-line continues to do what they did. We'll be okay. What are your final thoughts going into it?
I mean, I think the vibe here is weird. It's a Wednesday, and there's not like that much optimism, excitement. I know it's, you know, only a couple days after a loss. It's still a little fresher than it would be on a normal Wednesday with the game on Monday night. But yeah, I think Bills fans need to see a lot better to feel like this thing is back on track. And until they play on Sunday, I think there's going to be, you know, the angel on one shoulder, the devil on the other, and the devil right now is a little bit louder than the angel, and that's kind of a problem.
I like the way you put that. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow when we see them out in practice, there'll be a lot of more energy, back to their dancing and all that good stuff.
What was Dick saying? Ski?
I don't know if I can say that on TV, but I did. So. It's okay.